Have you ever thought that in life you can do things all by yourself? Do you believe you can do things all by yourself with nobody's help? I'll leave you that. I'm going to inform you of something that made me think that you do need somebody in life. Maybe you won't agree with me, maybe you will. Good evening, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. There was an old family in the 18th century in Nuremberg, and it had a plethora of children. 18 actually. He had 18 children. Those days, no television. And the man, the father, was a goldsmith. And two of his older children, but before that, he had to earn money to keep food on the table, as you can imagine. 18 mouths to feed, gosh. Bad enough for me to feed two, but 18, gosh. So, what happened, he had to work all the hours during the day to find some ways of earning money. Knowing very well, the two kids, the elder children, had their own dream. They all wanted to go to an academy of arts in Nuremberg. But they knew very well that their father could not afford to take them there. So at night time, in their crowded beds, they used to talk to one another. One was Albrecht, and the other one's name was Albert. They used to say to each other, we'll have to do something about what are we going to do when we grow up, you know, we need to help Dad to do something. So one night, they make a pact. They will toss a coin, and the one who loses the toss will go to the mines to work and help his brother, the one who won, to go to the academy and work, the one who lose to work, while the other one went to study. Things went like that, and one Sunday morning after Mass, they decided to toss the coin. So Albrecht won the toss, and then he went to the academy. His brother Albert went down to the mines to work for 4 years before Albrecht came back to the home. In the meantime, Albrecht went to university, to the arts place, and it was almost an instant admiration of his work. He was very clever with his hands. He did lots of sketches, he did bronzes, he did paintings, everything you can imagine an artist can do. By the time he finished his course at the 4 years, then, and while his brother was helping him with the finance at the art college, by the time he finishes, he was asked by some rich man in the neighborhood to do some work for him. Therefore, he went home, 4 years, he came home, and his family gave a dinner in the lawn of their home. After a beautiful dinner, punctuated with music, and everybody gathered there to greet him back, Albert sat at the top of the table, and at the other end was his brother Albert. Therefore, Albert stood up. After talking to one another, he gave a toast, and he says, "To you, my dear brother Albert, this is for you. I've done my 4 years. Now it's time for you to go to the academy, and I will look after you." By that time, everybody attending the dinner looked back to where Albert was sitting. And he had tears in his eyes. He was crying, and shaking his head, he says, no, 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 brother. It is too late for me. Obviously, people knew why was this happening. He then tried to clear his tears with his hand and put them on the side of his head, of his face, to show Albrecht, no, brother, look at my hands, look what 4 years has done in the mines for me. It's too late, and the arthritis that I've got is so bad that I can hardly hold a glass, let alone a pencil or sketch. So it is too late for me, brother. Sorry, I can't do it. By saying this, Albrecht said he was shocked. The time went by, and Albrecht was one day said to him, in honor of him, of Albrecht, painted his hands. He said to Albrecht, put your hands upwards. He didn't mean anything, just say upwards. And he did so. And if you happen to know the picture of the hands, that's what is supposed to be called the hands, by Albrecht Dürer. And is in every museum in the world, is well known, everybody knows him, even I know him. And I've got a picture in my home. Unfortunately, I didn't know I was doing this speech. I would have brought it with me, but imagine the hands, you know? He named them hands, but when the world saw it, they immediately they named it praying hands. And that was the people who did that. Now, in conclusion, friends, I leave you this in mind. I don't believe there is one who can do it all by itself. We all need that one. Good evening, and thank you for listening.